My second brain in Notion helps me to reference important info when I need it, and everything's in one place instead of spread out over a bunch of bookmarks and tabs, which makes it super great for my spicy squiggle brain. Hi, I'm Bridget, she, her, systems and self-care witch. I'm a Notion consultant, and I build intentional systems for neurodivergent creatives who want to feel proud, successful, and get shit done. Thanks for being here, and thanks for subscribing to my channel and supporting my small business. Today, we're talking about how I use my second brain in Notion. My second brain is a resource or reference library for me to store important things that I will need to recall in the future. I've seen a lot of Notion creators talk about a second brain as their entire Notion workspace system, encompassing projects, tasks, etc. That is what I affectionately refer to as my holy grail headquarters. And so that's my entire system. And this second brain that I'm going to be talking about today is just my reference library that lives within my Holy Grail HQ. Let's get into it. First up, I want to tell you what I actually even save in my second brain in the first place, what lives inside of there. So I save things like inspirational websites and sales pages that might be helpful for my business. I save my favorite newsletters, coupons for my favorite online shops, blog articles, and websites related to projects or goals that I'm working on. Anything that I might like to reference at a later date. I love saving all resources to this one specific resource library instead of saving things in multiple different places, like inside a project that it's relevant to. It makes it super simple for my brain because I know exactly where to look when I need to recall something. And I keep things organized in there using relations, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And this is how I input into my second brain. So how do things get into there? Everything enters into my Notion system via my inbox database that lives on my daily dashboard, which is my go-to page to get tasks done. If you'd like to see more in depth on how I input into how I use and how I process my inbox, you can check out that video that I will link here. So anything that I want to potentially save into my second brain during the week, I first dump it into my inbox. And then when I process my inbox during my weekly review, that's when I'll move anything second brain related from my inbox into my second brain database. Here we are on my daily dashboard, and when I scroll down, I'll come to my inbox here on the right and my inbox processing station here on the left. This is where I have a toggle with a filtered view of my second brain database. And if I open up the filters here, you can see that it marks this checkbox that I have that needs reviewed. So anything that I drag over here from my inbox will automatically go ahead and get this checkbox marked. And that for me is helpful because then in my weekly reviews, that's when I go through and I'll look at any of the things that still need reviewed, and I can go ahead and fill in any relevant properties at that time. But as I'm processing my inbox, like now when I do that process, I go ahead and I try to fill in as many properties as possible, like right off the top of my head. That way, like when it's really fresh, I get everything in there that I want. And then later I go in and just finalize any little details. And all of the properties that I have included in my second brain database are, I have it here related to a tags database, which we'll take a look at in a minute. I also have it related to my areas and my projects databases. And if you want to see more in depth on how I use those databases, you can check out my productivity system video, which I'll link here for you. I also have the URL, which is important. If it's a website, I need to get back to it. So that's like one of the most important ones. Then I have a date added property, which is just a created time property that I've named date added, so I know when I add any of these to my database. I also have this property, a text property for intentions or takeaways, where I can jot down simple notes to help me know any relevant details or information at a glance without having to open this whole entire page. The author is just another text property. I don't use this one that much, but just in case I wanted to save the name of the website or whoever wrote the blog post, I would put that there. And then this checkbox that I just mentioned, which needs reviewed. So this lets me know if I still might need to add any relevant info in any of these databases or down here inside of this page. And these things help me to properly be able to find this page later so it doesn't get lost. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at my actual Second Brain dashboard. So in my entire system, my Holy Grail HQ is kind of like a table of contents. This is where my Second Brain dashboard lives. And here we are. It is a very simple dashboard. And the databases that I have that live here are the actual Second Brain database itself. And then my tags database. I also have a couple links to other databases that are in other areas of my system, just in case I want to get here, and a Notion Reddit link. First up here, I've got recent saves. So anything that I have saved, and I have this filtered to show me anything I've saved in the past month. And now I haven't really saved anything in here, so nothing's showing up. And then down here, I also have a view of the Second Brain database filtered to show me if it needs reviewed. So I have this here in case I don't get to these things during my weekly reviews. They're here as well, so I could do it here. And as you can see, this is just like processing an inbox. I'm never at inbox 0, and I don't think that really matters. Just as long as I keep up with it now and then, it's pretty okay. I mainly view anything in my Second Brain via this tags database. So these are categories that I use to organize my Second Brain resources. I like this as a gallery without images, although I think that with images it would look really nice, but I just kind of wanted to keep it super simple. And then for most of them, I chose a little emoji that corresponds with it. So it's easy for me to see at a glance what each of these are, because I know that my brain would get lost if it was just a bunch of words. Now, if I open up one of these tags to these pages, you can see I have a template set up that shows me a filtered view of my Second Brain database here, which just contains this tag. So this is my cleaning tag. So this is only going to show me pages that I have marked in here with that cleaning tag, which is really handy. I also have a filtered view of my journal database here as well that shows these tags. So just in case I had anything in my journal that was related to this tag, it would also show up here. Another way I use my Second Brain is inside of my projects. So here on my daily dashboard, I have a view of my projects. Let's go ahead and we'll open up my podcast project here. And I have this set up as a template that gives me a view of my Second Brain database inside of this nice little toggle here that is filtered to show me where I have related my project to this project. So these are anything in my Second Brain that I have said this is related to my podcasting project. So it's really handy when I'm working on any of my projects to have anything that I might need to reference right here and easy to access. I know exactly where to go to find it. And if you would like to see more on how I manage my projects in Notion, I'll link that video for you here to check out as well. If you're thinking that this Second Brain is pretty cool and I could definitely get more organized, I have a template for it included in my Holy Grail headquarters template. The Holy Grail HQ is a fully connected operating system for solopreneurs in Notion. This system will help you spend your time and energy doing more of the magical shit that you love and less of feeling overwhelmed by stressful tasks, because you're going to have an organized container to help your spicy brain thrive within. I've got you set up with the dashboards and databases that you need to feel organized and get shit done. Like some of my favorites here, I've got a daily dashboard for you. And you can see you've got your projects on here, you've got your inbox, you can create your inbox processing station here, and then you've also got your tasks. One of my other favorites is this content dashboard. So this is going to help you schedule out, create, keep track of all of the content that you are creating here, your content pillars, your content calendar. This is the exact template that I use to create all of my content, like this video here. And of course, your second brain dashboard. So you're going to see that you have your second brain database, you have your tags, you have your recently saved and anything that needs reviewed. I've got you set up in here. I did put photos on here for you, so you can obviously change them out. The great thing about Notion is the customizability. And in here, I have your tag template. So you can go ahead and edit any of this as you wish. But whenever you add a new tag, it's set up for you so you can view everything really easily in here with your tags and your projects. Everything is already connected and ready to go for you. And you can click the link in the description here to be on your way to more business ease with the Holy Grail HQ template. That's the overview of how I use my second brain in Notion. I would love to hear if you've got a second brain or resource library in Notion and how you use it. Let me know in the comments below. Again, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.